Laura, a Nigerian girl from a lineage of ancient seers, arrives at a prestigious Korean school as part of an exchange program. Her grandmother, before she left, had pressed an old bronze pendant into her palm. "Never take this off, child. The moon watches over you." Laura thought little of it, until the night of the blood moon. That evening, the school held a festival under the full moon's glow. As Laura walked through the cherry blossom-lined courtyard, her pendant grew warm. A gust of wind swirled around her, and suddenly, the world dimmed. The lanterns flickered, and shadows stretched unnaturally long. Kim Jin, a quiet but observant student, noticed Laura stiffen. "Are you all right?" he asked. Before she could respond, a whisper curled through the air. "Daughter of the old land, you should not be here." The voice sent a shiver down her spine. A dark shape slithered from the shadows, a formless spirit with gleaming silver eyes. Laura clenched her pendant. The stories were true. Her grandmother had spoken of the shadow spirit, a cursed entity that hunted seers from her bloodline whenever the moon turned red. Kim Jin, unaware of the spirit but sensing something was wrong, pulled Laura back. "What's happening?" "The moon. It's calling something," she whispered. The spirit lunged. Laura's instincts kicked in. She traced a symbol in the air, an ancient mark of protection. But the spirit was stronger than any she had faced before. It snarled, a voice like rustling leaves, "You are far from home. You have no power here." Kim Jin, watching Laura's desperation, made a decision. He reached for her pendant, pressing his hand over it. To his surprise, the warmth spread into him. His family had its own legends, stories of a lost bond between the moon guardians of Korea and the seers of Africa. Could it be? "Trust me," he said, closing his eyes. Together, their energies merged. The pendant pulsed, and a silver glow burst forth, forcing the spirit to recoil. It screeched before vanishing into the night. Laura gasped, trembling. "How did you?" Kim Jin opened his hand. A faint symbol, identical to Laura's pendant, shimmered on his palm. "We have a connection," he murmured. "Your ancestors and mine. We were meant to fight these spirits together." The festival continued around them, oblivious to the battle that had just taken place. But Laura and Kim Jin knew something ancient had awakened that night. And it was only the beginning.